Hi guys, today we're going to keep practicing percent word problems. There are going to be a couple twists today though, so listen carefully. Last year I spent $240 on a flight to Chicago for Christmas. This year I spent $74. What was the percent decrease in the cost of my flight? Well, I know this year, and this year we'll just call 2014 because that's what it is. This year I know that I spent $240. Last year, 2013, I spent $74. And I know that from 240 to 74 is a decrease. There's a change. The amount I spent went down. But I want to know what percent did it go down. The way we can figure that out is we take the amount of change divided by the original cost. The way I can figure out my change is by taking last year's cost, which was $240, minus this year's cost, which was $74, and then dividing that by my original cost of $240. So 240 minus 74 is a change of 166 out of 240. The cost went down $166 out of a total of 240. So if I want to figure out the percent, I need to turn this fraction into a decimal first. 166 divided by 240 gives me 0.691. We can round to the nearest hundredths because we're talking about percent. And to go from decimal to a percent, I'm going to move my decimal 2 times to the right. So I know the cost of my flight went down 69%. Let's take a look at one more example. In quarter 1, there were 45 students on the honor roll. Quarter 2 had 20% more. How many students were on the honor roll in quarter 2? Sorry for the typos, guys. Were on the honor roll in quarter 2. Well, I know quarter 1 had a specific number. We had 45. Quarter 1 had 45, and we know quarter 2 had 20% more. So I want to know what is 20% more than 45, or in other words, what's 120% of 45. So to figure out how many more students there were, this is kind of like finding tax or tip. I can just take my original number 45 times 20% to see how many more there were. And 45 times 20% is 9. So quarter 2 had 9 more students. But I didn't want to know how many more. I wanted to know how many total. So I just have to do 45 plus 9. Because 45 was my original, 9 was that 20% more, and 45 plus 9 is 54. So there were 54 students on honor roll in quarter 2. Your turn to practice.